I threw everything in the ute, drove from Melbourne, heading to the east coast. I had nothing to turn back for, so I didn't. 4 hours later, I was in Eden, New South Wales. It was late arvo, so I booked into a hotel, had an ocean view from the patio. It was off-peak and there was only like one other car there. The hotel manager recommended this fish and chip shop just down the road. Massive chunk of fish with a big pile of chips. There was no way I was going to eat it all. There was a lady sitting on her porch in the hotel room next to mine, smoking a cigarette, looking out at the waves. I smiled. She gave me a big smile back. I said, "I've got a bucket load of chips here. Did you want some?" She said, "Yeah." Went and got a plate and a bowl and we sat on the porch as the sun began to set. Her name was Sarah and she was about 10 years older than me. She'd been travelling down the coast from Wollongong and she wanted to see the whales. She told me she was taking one of those whale watching boat tours in the morning. I said I'd never seen a whale in my life. She said it leaves at 8 a.m. if you want to go. She told me how her husband had died recently after a long illness. She'd made plans with him to go and see the whales, but he was too weak and, well, he never made it. She was kind of making this trip in his memory, you know. She thanked me for the chips and said I might see you in the morning. I went in, put the TV on. The weather report said there were dangerous conditions along the coast. I slept in the next morning. Sarah's car was gone. It was almost 8 o'clock, so I'd missed that boat, packed all my stuff in the ute and had some breakfast. Then I headed out to the highway to continue my travels. It started raining, like heavy, so bad that I could barely see out the windscreen. So I turned back and I booked into the hotel for another night, hung around the hotel all day, looking out at that wild ocean. I was hoping Sarah was okay. That evening, the rain had died down a bit, so I went out to get something to eat. Sarah was on her porch smoking. I went over and I asked her, "Did you see any whales?" She said they were the most majestic creatures that she'd ever seen, that she'd be happy to live for eternity in those waters with those whales. It was nice to see Sarah happy after losing her hubby and all, I slept like a log that night, the heavy rain on the roof. The next morning, the weather had totally cleared up. It was beautiful and sunny outside. Switched the TV on, made some breakfast and a coffee. There was a local news report. A Wollongong woman had lost her life after being swept overboard on a whale watching tour during wild weather. I dropped the coffee when I saw that image of Sarah on the screen. I ran next door and I'm banging on her door. The hotel manager said that she'd checked out the morning before. According to him, she'd not come back. I looked out to sea, and in the distance, for the first time in my life, I saw whales gathering in the water. The manager said, "It's not often you see them come that close to shore." And Sarah was right. They were the most majestic creatures I'd ever seen.